Demanding that Governor Ricardo Rosselló resign. Our Washington, D.C. Bureau reporter Samantha-Jo is joining us live tonight from Capitol Hill. Big question tonight, what are you hearing from Congress about these rising tensions? What do they want to do?
Well, Tammy, it's no secret that U.S. and Puerto Rican officials don't always see eye to eye when it comes to federal funding, especially after decades of growing debt and bankruptcy on the island. And now that connection is growing even more complicated. As thousands of protesters are calling for Puerto Rican Governor Ricardo Rosselló to resign, lawmakers on Capitol Hill aren't going that far.
That's a decision that Governor Rosselló is going to have to make.
We have an election coming up. The people ultimately get to decide that.
I'm not going to opine on whether he should resign because I don't vote in Puerto Rico.
The frustration on the island at an all-time high after several local officials were arrested last week in a federal corruption probe, and revelations of an alleged derogatory and profane group chat targeting the governor's critics.
Well, certainly the people of Puerto Rico are right to be outraged that you had corruption in the administration.
The scandals straining the island's relationship with the federal government. The president's public feud with Puerto Rican leaders on full display on Twitter, repeating his claim that Congress foolishly gave $92 billion in relief aid after Hurricane Maria.
And I view it as my job to do all I can to make sure these American citizens, these people, are not punished for the wrongdoing of politicians.
This could be difficult territory to navigate for lawmakers who represent large Puerto Rican populations.
Ironically, we're passing a $14 billion Medicaid bill just out of committee yesterday that I sponsored to help fix the major health care problems down on the island.
The buck always stops at the top.
Senator Rick Scott says all credibility with leaders on the island has been lost. And while the junior senator made several trips to Puerto Rico after the storm, he has a complex relationship with the governor, who chose to endorse Scott's opponent in the 2018 Senate race.
Everybody involved has got to be held to the highest standard.
Lawmakers are advancing even stricter oversight measures for Puerto Rico at this time, which would include a strict audit system for the Medicaid program to look for any kind of fraud. It would also require a mandatory reporting of where exactly federal funds are being spent. We're live on Capitol Hill this evening. Samantha-Jo, Spectrum News 13.